Right, okay, good evening everybody, welcome to the next episode of That Weekly Football Show with me, Mr. Drone, and today I've got my friend and Everton fan and also football coaching, my mate John. This is my mate John. We are going to do episode 6 of That Weekly Football Show. I did one last week which was on my own, which I did title It's Not Episode 6. I was due to have somebody in, but they couldn't make it because of the weather, so I just cracked on and done a little something myself, which I'll touch on in a bit. But for now, me and John are going to get going with That Weekly Football Show, episode 6. Let's get to it. Right, okay guys, so yeah, here we go. This is episode 6. As I said, I've got John with me, who is an Everton fan. What we're going to do, if it's alright with you though, John, we're going to touch on a bit. There's more of a reason than John's come in to John's not here to just talk about Everton, because otherwise I'll end up doing that every week with fans over again. There is a specific reason why
everyone will get a bit bored with that, I think.
Everyone will get a bit bored with that, mate. And
a lot of the fans are getting bored with Everton at the minute as well.
Yeah, I'm getting bored with it. So yeah, we won't do that. Okay, there's a reason why John's here. So what we're going to do, as usual, what we've been doing, the format is really, we'll have a look at last week's results. Last week, because I couldn't get anybody in last week, what I did is I asked everybody, whoever the first was, to comment, because I do my predictions at the end, and I did ask the first one to send me their predictions. I would use as my guest for the scores. So we'll show you that later. I have got his predictions up a bit later, so we'll have a look at it. But for now, John, as you probably know from having a look at the show, what we'll just do is have a little look at last weekend's results and see how they went. Starting off, what I want to do as well, do you know what? I should have done this before. I'm doing this on camera now, and I shouldn't be. But do you know what? This show is what it is. It's not perfect by any stretch. So I'm going to pop a little timer on, because we end up talking. I normally say I want the shows to be about an hour long, and we only end up talking about the last weekend's results for about half an hour. So I'm going to try and put a 10-minute timer on.
Got to talk that fast.
Yeah, talk that fast like that. So,
probably John Barnes on.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, John, starting off from the top. Bournemouth v Liverpool.
Bournemouth. How the hell that happens to Liverpool? No one knows. Literally 7-0 and then that happening.
Yeah.
Liverpool can't even do us a favour. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was frustrating all round, you know. Great win for Bournemouth. They got the punch on the board. Disappointing for Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not. I mean, straight away, as Everton fans, we just go straight for the Bournemouth, Liverpool. What the hell? But yeah, I'm glad you said that. You know, great win for Bournemouth, because I think we forget about that. It was a great win.
It's a huge win. It's huge.
It's huge.
Three points for them to take them up out of the bottom 3.
Yeah. Right.
It's huge, because it's a dogfight down there now, right way up to 12.
Right way up to 12.
All the way up to 12.
That's on par with when we beat Arsenal at home. That's on par with that win, isn't it?
Huge. Yeah. It is. I mean, Liverpool fans are probably as disappointed and frustrated as they are with their team as Everton are with their team, because there's no consistency at the minute. Yeah. At the minute, we beat Arsenal, and then we get beat again next week, and there's nothing there the week after. Yeah. Liverpool going through a little bit of a change at the minute. I think, they need to put more players in. The frustration's there. It's starting to show a little bit, maybe a few cracks, but it happens. It happens to all the good teams.
Yeah,
Liverpool are a great team.
Of course.
It's
a circle, isn't it? It's a circle.
It's a circle.
It's a constant cycle there.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. You got like look at Alex Ferguson at Man United. A few cracks were shown a couple of seasons. He changed it around the next season. Things like that. Can Klopp do it?
Yeah.
Liverpool fans are going to be hoping for it. Liverpool fans do not want to see Klopp go.
They don't in the majority. No. But I have heard, when I listen to sports shows a lot, and in the car, Talk Sports, the one that goes on, there are fans that say, he's finished. The majority don't. And even the presenters on it, every one of them I've heard, every time somebody says it, they go, come on, Klopp, are you joking? He'll walk into any European team, as a manager now.
He'll walk straight into any Champions League team across the whole of Europe. His resume, his CV, whatever, is just phenomenal. What he's done at Liverpool has been
Resume.
Resume.
You were working for Chelsea then.
Is that American?
Yeah, yeah.
No, but what great win for Bournemouth. Frustrating for Liverpool, but yeah, I'm sure Liverpool will come back next week.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. Everton, Brent, what a win. 1 minute, they're McNeil.
I only have one word for that. Phew.
Yeah.
Thank God we got the 3 points on the board, because it's needed. To score in the first minute
So
after,
needed.
what was it, 30, 40 seconds, something like that.
Yeah.
But then to go the whole game, that was just typical Everton.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The frustration was there.
Well, hang on, we did get that second goal, which was disallowed for handball, but
do you know what?
second half we were quite lucky.
I'm going to say this now, right? And anyone else who wants to comment, do it, please. So it was deemed that Gray touched the ball. Was it there?
Yeah, I think so.
Right? Okay, there. Yeah. Okay, not his chest. Okay.
That's what they say.
It was here,
Yeah.
right? But above the sleeve line.
Yeah.
What's this rule about the handballs with the sleeve line thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
Because didn't Man City
Nobody knows anyone.
player handball it on his sleeve, but we never got a penalty last season?
Yeah, it was Rodri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exact same thing.
Yeah.
So if the ball touched Gray's arm, which obviously the VAR said that he did, it was above his sleeve.
I do think.
So,
I don't know whether this is
no consistency.
Don't know whether this is just Everton fans, but I think we feel as a group we are really like hard done to with this VAR, don't we? We a lot of decisions go against us. That's how we feel.
Well,
Is that do all other fans, any fans watching, do you feel like that for your club? Be interesting to know, because I think we definitely do. It seems to be, if something happens, like when they look at something for Everton, it's like we know, that's going to go against us.
I think majority of teams are going to see it in their own view.
Yeah.
We see it more as an Everton fan because we're focusing on that. We won't focus on a decision, for example, say Brighton or Tottenham or anything like that. We'll just go, yeah.
Okay. I suppose. Do you think it's human nature to only remember the bad ones, like?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
you remember the ones that go against you more than the ones that go for you. I suppose.
Definitely, yeah. They'll stick out a lot more. But
Great win anyway.
Huge win. 3 points on the board.
We're out the bottom three.
But it's a false table.
Yeah, it is. It really is, because like you said just now, up to 12, it's anyone. It's anyone you know is going.
We've got 27 games played. There's teams around us with 26, 25.
Some have got 25, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a false table at the minute, but we've got the 3 points on the board, that's all that matters. So as much as we don't want to worry about anyone else, we're watching their results and ours.
Almost every game we've got
every single game, we are watching games around us, but as long as we get our points on the board, I think that's going to be...
That's all we can do.
That's going to be the decisive matter.
Of course it is. Next up, Leeds Brighton, another so as we said, Bournemouth, great points for Bournemouth, obviously that's a win. Leeds Brighton are a good team, man. So
Brighton doing well.
Yeah, that's a great point for Leeds, I think, you know.
Yeah, Brighton doing well. I mean, especially with where they now in the league. Is it 6, 7?
We'll have a look in a bit, but I'll tell you what, we can scroll down if we normally touch on this.
I'm sure.
No, we can't
6,
because I've
7.
put it on a different link. Give me 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, and I will get it up for you right now. It's hard work trying to look at the bottom here. There we go.
That's current 7th.
Is that them? 7th, yeah.
7th, 25 games
Only
played.
25 played though, so they've got to win them, of course. They've got to win them. Win those games, they go up to 5th.
They're doing well. Doing absolutely brilliant. And Leeds to come back twice during the game.
Yeah.
As well, especially at home. You know, the fans needed to see some fight. They're not doing great at the minute.
Bamford played well. Scored a cracker, didn't he?
Yeah. Absolutely fantastic.
They need him back firing. They need him back. He's like, I feel like Bamford's like our DCL, you know, our Calvert Lewin. It's like you need someone.
Is there 2 of those players in the league?
You need. Exactly. Let's get on to. Let's go Leicester. Leicester Chelsea.
Huge.
For Chelsea.
Huge game.
Yeah.
Massive. Away from home.
Yeah.
Taking the pressure off Potter.
It looks like they've started, doesn't it?
It's taking the pressure off him, but for how long? The next few games will only tell.
Played well in the Champions League as well, didn't he?
He did.
It looks like it. I've just looked and I thought it looks like they've started to tick. Just maybe bit slowly, but it looks like.
Well, they've got the players there in the team, and they should be ticking. It's just they're playing under Potter's instructions, his tactics now, so maybe it's an adjustment for the players, the formations and things like that. It happened for Liverpool all those years ago. For Liverpool, it happened to them as well. A bit of a transition period.
Yeah.
So Chelsea probably going through that now as well. They did sign a lot of players. It was like 8.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe
8 players.
I think more than that. You know.
So for all them, and they can't even put them all in the Champions League.
Superstars as well.
You can't put them in the Champions League.
No.
So some have joined.
They only had 3.
Thinking that they're going to be playing Champions League, and they've been omitted from the squad.
Yeah. Aubameyang's gone, and where is he now since they've signed him?
He's best for him to go for Chelsea because he's a problem.
Yeah. Did you see Daka's goal for Leicester just on that game? Yeah.
Do you know what? I haven't actually watched the highlights of that yet. I've seen Chelsea's goals. I've not seen Leicester's.
I'll
watch that in a bit.
Just one thing for Leicester. That was a cracking goal. What Daka scored.
Yeah.
But they lost again, didn't they? And they're in it with us. They're one of these bottom sides in the 12th down.
Cheers Chelsea.
They're well in it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And next game, cheers Tottenham. Tottenham 3, Nottingham Forest 1. Great win for Tottenham, and Tottenham is such a strange side in my opinion. I've said this on previous weeks. I had James and Ben on a couple of weeks ago, and it was one of their comments. I think it might have been James, but he just said Tottenham hate winning. They just hate winning, and I thought it's class comments because they'll win one, they'll lose the next 2. But they did play well against Forest, I thought. I know he's not on the score sheet there, but Richarlison played really well for them, in that game. But
it's good win for Tottenham. They're up there fighting for a bit of Europe place and things like that. Again, I'm looking at it with Everton blinkers on at the minute. Points were taken off Forest. I shouldn't think that way. Be a bit more neutral, especially on your footage.
No, it's fine. No, say how you feel, please. For the
huge win for Tottenham. Now, if they need to make Europe, if they don't make Europe, the fans are going to be fuming, and again, it's going to be like another seasonal loss for them.
Yeah.
Because all they're talking about now is silverware. Because it's been so long. It's been nothing for so long.
Yeah. There we go. There's our 10 minutes, but we're going to carry on.
Yeah. But they're doing well. Great win for them.
Yeah, it is.
Kane, another 2 goals. Good for him. But
if they don't manage to get Champions League this season, surely Kane has to go for himself.
Is he going to be a one-club man? Right? Is he going to stay regardless of winning trophies? I don't know. If he doesn't go this summer, it's going to be near enough done for him because he won't get another chance. He won't get a chance across Europe.
No.
Okay, maybe in the Prem, he'll have people interested in him. Going to Europe, he could have that opportunity this summer, but I don't think it'll come around again next season.
No, I don't. I'm like that whether it will this season. It didn't last season, did it? Like when you say Europe, it's only Prem teams that seem to have an interest.
I mean, Man U were talking about him.
Yeah,
or
I think it'll be Man U. If he goes anywhere, I think it will be Man U.
Would he fit in there?
Well, I don't know. Horse does somehow. So.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. Palace City. It's no surprise, is it? That's just. This is a quick one. It's no surprise. City. Respect to Palace fans. Any watching? City battered them.
I've come to the conclusion.
Yeah.
He's not real.
Haaland.
He's a figment of everyone's imagination.
Cyborg, ain't he?
Do you know what? It's determination. I know he scored the penalty and he wasn't out of open play, but he got the goal. Win's a win. But he's just bang on form. 5
to you look. So we look now. Right, how many goals he's got, and it's like 13-9 something. It's huge. So I can't remember the exact count now. It's huge anyway. He's also had a dip in form, which is mad. Yeah. He's had, do you know what I mean? So he's going to finish this season with God knows how many goals, and he actually also had a dip in form.
Yeah, but his dip in form was not scoring in 2 games.
I know.
Because everyone's used to him scoring 1 or 2 per game.
I'm shocked he only got 1 in. I'm like, that's a dip in form, because he only scored 1 against Palace, do you know what I mean? And it was a pen.
It's for any fan,
it's not fair.
You cannot argue the fact that it's great to watch him come into the Prem. Seeing this young lad, his determination and fight, his aggression as well.
He has got that,
right? He's like an old style striker from back in like the 80s or 90s with the fight, but
he's also got skill.
He brings more to it as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Rather than like a goal poacher like Gary Lineker, who didn't have much else other than that. Haaland's running around the pitch, everywhere I have no words for it.
Like a Tasmanian devil.
He's running around and he wants that ball back.
Yeah.
And straight away he'll lay it off, and he'll make a run straight away.
He's class.
He's
class.
Great win for them. City. They're gonna be chasing Arsenal right the way through to the end of the season.
They've got Arsenal. They've got to keep going.
Yeah.
If Arsenal take their foot off the gas at all, I thought they did recently. And be fair to them, and they proved me wrong. But I said when they lost the game against us, they lost the game against City in the cup, and I said I think this is it. I think this is them dropping their form. They proved me wrong. They've got right back up to it. They're 4-5. They've won. At least it might be more, but the form table I've got just shows the last 5. So, but yeah, class. And Haaland, let's not. This is more of a kind of Premier League show, but it is that football show. And we must mention he did score 5 goals the other night in a Champions League game against a good
Leipzig team.
Leipzig, yeah. A good Leipzig team.
I was watching the game and I was fuming with Pep for taking him off because I wanted him to get a double hat-trick.
Did Pep say, I didn't hear this, but somebody told me that Pep said, it was me lad, Cameron, told me that Pep said something like he doesn't want him breaking records or something like that.
I said, maybe Pep's mind thinking is if he lets Haaland take that record, the fight won't be there for him the next time he has that chance.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? So it's keeping him hungry. I can understand that at the same time.
I like that, John. That's a good, that could be.
But again, if I was the coach or the manager, I'd be saying, I'm leaving you on. Go and break that record.
Yeah.
Go and have some fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, and Haaland's face when he was coming off, because he was distraught. He wanted that.
Of course.
I actually think he had another 2 in him.
Yeah.
He had half an hour left.
Do you reckon, when he went off, do you reckon the Leipzig players, especially defenders, were literally oh, thank God for that.
He probably felt the same as when Everton got 3 points.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, well, you feel the same as us. Sorry, mate, yeah. As soon as the game finishes, you're meant to go to footy to enjoy it, aren't you? We spend most of the time counting the minutes down. As soon as the whistle goes, I'm begging for a 0-0 draw. No, just please don't let them score.
Yeah.
Did you see, I'd done a video a couple of weeks ago at what game was it? I can't remember, but I was at the game and I went out to go to the toilet and there's a guy standing out there, and I just walked past him going out, and then when I walked back he was standing at the tunnel entrance, and I was like, "You alright?" He went, "Yeah." He went, "I can't watch, I never watched the second half from the stands." I was like, "What do you mean?" He went, "I just stand here all the time, I can't watch from the stands."
Does he? Yeah.
Every game he goes back and stands at the back on his own.
People have their own little routines.
Yeah, it's funny, football fans. Anyway, Arsenal 3, Fulham 0. As we were just saying about Arsenal, pick right up. Loads of people were saying, there's loads of noise about people saying this was actually Arsenal's best game of the season. They thought Arsenal were magnificent, apparently. I didn't watch the full game, just seen the highlights.
Arsenal are absolutely flying. Again, they're going to be counting down every single game now, getting the points on the board. City are right on their heels. They want that title.
It's a great season this
Arteta wants that title, especially Pep's little apprentice. He wants it.
Yeah, of course.
He wants it massively.
Of course. Isn't it a great season, I just said? This is a great season. At the top, there's a lot. I know, we'd rather be not where we are, but in terms of, anybody watching, and you can see, why the Premier League is classed as the best, because it's, there's...
On any given day.
The top still... Yeah, anyone can beat
anyone. Day, anyone can beat anyone. Yeah. We beat Arsenal, for God's sake.
Bottom 3. Bottom 3 when we did it. Beat the top.
What's that about?
Yeah.
But anything can happen on any given day. That's why we win, don't we?
Liverpool beat Man U 7-0. The next game. Get beat by second bottom Bournemouth. It's mad. Man U 0-0 Southampton. Man U could have done us a favour there. I really thought they'd have got those points. Fair play Southampton. Fair play to you. Dragged out. And to be honest, when I watched the highlights, Southampton were the better team. I thought by quite easy. I think they had the post at the bar. So as an Everton fan, I think we got away with one there with Southampton dropping those points, because they should have won. I've highlighted Casemiro in red for obvious reasons.
Got that card, didn't he?
Yeah.
Second one.
It was
4-match ban now.
It was a red, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it was. Man U will be kicking themselves now, because they'll see that as points lost.
Yeah.
He's going to be a huge miss for them now.
Misses
League up to the end of the season, and I mean, where they are in the league now? Is it they're third. But again, they want to get as high as they can. They want to take over City.
11 points behind, but they're 11 points behind City. I think it might be. No, it is 11, but they've got a game in hand, I think.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, he's a massive loss to them. He's been great.
Huge loss.
He's been great since he
to come in the way he's done now. He's what 30, 36.
You've got. He's not that old, is he? Is he?
Where's my phone?
Quick, everyone!
Google that.
Quick! Go on, you keep talking. You keep talking about the fuzzy.
No, but he come in and he's just fitted right in, and he's been the rock, absolute rock, absolutely. He's been playing every single game, played his heart out. I'd love to have him in the team.
31.
31?
Yeah.
I think he's 36.
I knew he couldn't have been 36, but anyway, he's great. He's great. He has slotted right in. Looks a great player, but he's not with them now for 4 games. West Ham, Villa, 1-1. West Ham, fair play. Villa, match. Good point for both, really, isn't it?
It's probably even Stevens on that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's both of them were fighting for the win. Never come. The goals come early on in the game. Frustration on both ends, things like that.
Watkins got his shooting boots back on, hasn't he?
Oh, mate, he's a great player.
I think so, yeah.
Great player.
Yeah, we were linked with him a couple of years ago. I really wanted us to get him now. But I went through this on my very first show I went through Everton being linked with, I'd done a list of everyone we've been linked with just on the last,
Did you have enough space on the board?
No, not really. Not really.
I
think it got boring. He would probably turn it off. I was just dangling me back to them, writing loads of random players. But yeah. Move on. But yeah, sorry, before we move on, West Ham are in it though, aren't they? West Ham are right down there.
West Ham are in it, they're down there, they've got a point, they want the points on the board, the same with everyone else down there now. Again, like we said before, it's a dogfight from 12th all the way down to the bottom of the table.
You're right.
No one can call it.
You're right.
And it's near enough half the league in a dogfight.
It is.
There's going to be a time
in
the next...
strange season.
Yeah, it's strange, but there's going to be a time in the next few weeks where the points between teams are going to start separating.
You'd think so.
Because there's 12...
You'd think so, but we are more than halfway through the season and we're all right there, do you know what I mean? I keep waiting for it. I think you're right. I think surely there's going to be at some point. Let's look. If we managed to beat Chelsea this weekend, we have got Chelsea, haven't we?
Yeah. 5:30 kick-off. Sports 1.
If we managed to other platforms are available. If we managed to beat Chelsea, we'd perhaps be one of those that started that movement. I know you look at me like that. I know it's very unlikely, but
if we beat Chelsea on Saturday, it will be the most Everton thing again this season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know, the most Everton thing is Everton losing to a team around us, but beating a top team.
Yeah.
It's just an Everton thing. Yeah. It's just so strange. You just can't get our heads around it.
Yeah. Arsenal beating Arsenal, beat against Aston Villa, for example, at home. So Newcastle Wolves. Newcastle picked up a win at last against Wolves. So the wheels fell off a bit. Newcastle, they just couldn't win, could they? They just loads of draws. They just couldn't win. But they picked up a win. That probably give them loads of confidence to think we can do it.
They'll push on now, definitely.
They're looking for top 4. I think a European spot, as in UEFA, one of the UEFA League ones, would probably suit them right now more than going into that Champions League.
They'll want Champions League.
Of course they will.
100%. They'll want Champions League.
Of course they will. I just think
they've been the team. They've been the team I've been watching this season because they've come from nowhere. They're breaking into the. Excuse me. Is that gassy? This cause. They're breaking into this top 6 sort of group with a bit of a challenge. They've lost a couple of points with the draws and things like that. Now we're giving a bit more momentum. I think they're going to get a good few results now, and they're in there for the fight. Yeah. Almiron as well.
Yeah, more another goal from Almiron, so that's going to give him, because the first one Isaac, I believe that's how they say him. I think he's going to be a great player for them. That Isaac, he's a good striker. I think he will be. Stays fit. He's a good player. Let's get these finished quick. Okay. Last night, I know they wouldn't do these, but the reason why I wanted to leave them in was for our benefit. Because last night, Brighton beat Palace good for Everton. Brentford beat Southampton, good for Everton. We couldn't have asked for more, could we?
Tony's been called up to the England squad.
Tony's been called up to the England squad.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed he doesn't put any money on it. I keep mentioning that every week. The joke will stop now, it gets boring. And Ivan Tony will end up suing me or something. Solly March as well, just while we're on these. I think I heard that's his 5th in 5 games.
Really?
People were saying he should be called up to England.
Well, do you want me to give you another little fact now about March?
Absolutely.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Ready?
March.
Wait. I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
March scored in the 15th minute of what date?
The 15th.
Of March.
It's class.
There you go. Interesting fact for everyone there.
Did you just make that up off that, or did you? Oh, it's class. I like that.
He won't forget that goal. Telling you, for the rest of his life.
Neither will you.
No.
Neither will I. No. Neither will everybody watching. Okay. So there were the results of the weekend. Only biggest surprise, we'd probably say, huge surprise, was the Bournemouth one. Maybe Man U not getting points against Southampton as well. But we then, what I want to do then is look at where that leaves the table. It's hard doing this looking at a big screen, trying to do me little mouse thing. Table, as I said, Arsenal's 4.
You need to get for the viewers for later episodes and stuff. You can drop a league table into the screen.
Yeah.
So you can, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Haven't I just done that?
No, but onto the screen that the viewers are watching. Yeah, that's that. So they're watching us.
Yeah.
Chat a load of wham.
Yeah.
And then a screen table pops up.
Yeah.
Make it all Sky Sports.
So if you're watching now, you see a table pop up on your screen. That was all my idea. So here we go. Arsenal top, 5 points, same games played as City, but as you said, City are gonna, then they will not let up.
They'll be nipping at the heels of Arsenal for the rest of the season now.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Have Arsenal got it in them to get over the line?
Right now,
Don't know.
Right now, I'd say right now, I think they have, and I hope I'm right, because when I said like the other week they haven't, they proved me wrong.
Have City got to play Arsenal again? They have, haven't they? I'm sure they have.
They have. They have.
I think it might come down to that, because if Arsenal drop one game, City...
Yeah, they'll be all over them, won't they?
Yeah, all over them. They'll win that one weekend, and it'll come down to that game.
Yeah. It's a 2-horse race, isn't it?
2-horse race.
Man U, 11 points. Yeah, Man U have got a game in hand, 11 points behind. No, they've got to win that game.
They're out.
Yeah, I agree. It's a 2-horse race. Fight for the top 4, I think, from Brighton. Mind you, are we writing off Brentford too soon there? I just don't think Brentford have, Brentford get beat the likes of us for crying out loud.
Brentford haven't got it in them. No chance. Brighton may get a couple of results. They may fight for the European.
Like to see Brighton in Europe, they deserve it. Been good.
Brighton have done really well. I think between like Brighton, Liverpool, Newcastle, and Tottenham, and even Man U, it's a fight for the top 4.
Yeah.
Right, they want those places,
yeah.
And they're going to push for it. Brighton's got 2 games in hand. Don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
They get 4 points from that. They're 46. They're sat in 5th.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Newcastle have got 2 games in hand as well. They get 4 points. They're in 4th. They've got a better goal difference.
Yeah.
No worse than Tottenham, but they're out on the heels again. So it's a fight for the 4 for those 4. Brentford, not in it.
Do you know where you say goal difference there? And you say if Brighton get 4 points from 2 games, if they were to get 6 points, John, and they've got a better goal difference than Spurs,
they'll jump up to 4th, yeah.
They'd be in 4th.
Yeah.
So
it'd be interesting for the next 11 games.
Yeah. You'd probably say then Brentford, Fulham, Chelsea, Villa are the only ones that the season's maybe kind of over. Like,
no,
they're in a little league. That's the middle of the table.
That's it. Right?
Just 14.
They're not getting anything. They're not going to Europe, right?
And they're not going down.
And they're not going down because they've got enough points.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you'd go unless the likes of Villa or Chelsea go on a horrendous run, but I can't see it because they do. They always do manage to pick up points. Chelsea 1-2 and 2, starting to look good. And then we go to the horrible end. It's nice to see Everton have climbed a few, because I think the last time I'd done this, or last time I had people in, we were down there.
Yeah, false table.
Table at the bottom. No, you're right. It's false table. And so it's like one of the things Dice said, and I didn't like it, the only table that matters is the one at the end of the season. Doesn't matter till then, but obviously you constantly keep an eye on it. The one I will look at Palace's. Palace have got the worst form by far, you know.
They're going through a bit of a spell at the minute, so they're going to be worried.
Although their form's the same as Forest, really, isn't it? It's just in a different,
it's the
different
same.
order,
But they're going to be thinking now, shit, we need to start getting some punch in the ball because they want to get out of it as well. Right the way down to Bournemouth at 24 points to 27. That's one weekend of football from 12th down to the bottom.
It goes anywhere, doesn't it?
It just flips around, so it's going to be like that for a couple of weeks, and then it's going to start spreading out.
Who goes down?
My opinion.
Yeah, no opinion. Who goes down?
The three that are there now.
Me too.
Bournemouth, Leeds, Southampton. But
that remains my opinion.
But I will say a big but.
Yeah.
I'm also worried that Leicester and West Ham, obviously the same points as Bournemouth at the minute, and neither of those three are playing very well. So I think it's going to be a mix of those five.
Leicester have lost 4 and 4. Look at that.
Yeah. Mix of those five, but I think it's going to be Bournemouth, Leeds, and Southampton.
Yeah.
And Everton stay up on the last day of the season against Bournemouth.
Okay. You heard it here first.
Which ain't going to be good for anyone's ticker.
Well, not Blues anyway. All Bournemouth fans.
Yeah.
Right, okay. We're going to take a very short break. It'll be a few minutes to us. It'll be seconds to you. Right, okay, everybody. Little break for us. Like I said, a few seconds for you. So, now, as I said before, I've got John here, who's a friend, Everton fan. There's a reason why we're here. You've probably seen a couple of shirts hanging down here, and I'll just bring the attention to both actually, because I'm not that selfish. But let's see on this one, sponsored by Mr. Drone. They have been all season, and I will. Do you know what? I'll do a free little plug for the other guys. Who is it? Storm Secure Limited. There you go. Superb. They deserve a plug anyway because it's superb. Sponsoring Grassroots football, absolutely superb and unnecessary in my opinion. But I've shown that because John's been a football coach for a while now. But what John's done is started his own club, formed his own club, Birkenhead JFC.
Birkenhead Junior Football Club, yeah.
There you go, Birkenhead Junior Football Club. Go on, John. When did you start?
It was last summer. It come about over a pint over a table with a mate of mine.
That's where the best things happen.
Over a pint.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Yeah. I was at another club, and I'd already left another club prior to that in the same sort of season, so it was a bit of a weird transition for that season. And I wanted to push forward with making more teams. I wanted to develop the club. I wanted to push forward with everything, and I couldn't get it.
So did you feel like you had like all these ideas of how to do stuff? But it wasn't up to you to make these decisions.
Yeah, of course. And then obviously I'm asking the questions, and I'm not getting the answers, and it's no fault of anyone that I know at these clubs.
Yeah.
It just wasn't there. And then a mate of mine I was having a drink with, because obviously I've made a few teams in the past where I've got kids in and I've developed them, and I've created that team, I've got a coach in, and they flourished on their own. So I've built quite a few teams. And a mate of mine just said to me, having a drink, and he went, why don't you start your own club? And I just went like dead quiet, and the cogs.
Had you not thought of it before?
No, I didn't think it was something that you can kind of do. I didn't know where to look or how to start it.
Yeah.
So I went all quiet, and then my mate looked at me and went, oh shit, what have I just said? And he goes, I can hear the cogs going in your head. And I explored the idea, and I spoke to the FA, the Cheshire FA, the local FA, and there's actually a process that they have in place that you follow step by step to do it.
Is there really?
Yeah. So I went, wow, okay. It seems an easy process, but each
sorry John, does it feel like they've made it easy for?
They've made it huge, massively easier.
That's really
honestly,
good.
But for each step you need to have done, there's processes you need to do to get those steps.
I can imagine, yeah.
So for one of the steps is you need to have a bank account.
Yeah.
Okay, so
a club
bank account.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not like a business account or anything like that. It's like a treasury account, a community account, so to speak. It takes longer to open. certain checks need to be done a bit more and things like that. So that took about 4 weeks, I think, to happen, but the process was in. But because the process was in, it's earmarked on the step that's completed.
Yeah.
So back and forth with the FA, and all of a sudden it was gathering so much pace that I was going to wait until the end of this season to do it, but it gathered so much pace I thought, no, I'm making the leap now. Yeah. I'm doing it. I'm just going to, do you know what, I'm throwing all my eggs in the basket. I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah, good for you.
And we did. And fortunately enough, I spoke to phone calls every day, trying to network, didn't know where to go. I didn't know anything. I was just constantly ringing people. Oh, can you give me answers on this? Can you give me answers on that? Where do I go for this? Where do I go for that? And eventually I got there. It wasn't a straight line. I was going left, right. Eventually I got to the point. Spoke to someone from the park, the local park we've got in the area. Grassroots football's not been played there for like nearly 30 years.
Where's Birkenhead Park?
Birkenhead Park,
oh, okay, yeah.
Not for like 30 years. And I spoke to them, and it's like a sales pitch I felt. And he turned around and he said, we're all in support for you.
Yeah.
I said, okay, great, can we have a pitch? And he went, yeah. Great. And lo and behold, I'd already designed the badge with the Birkenhead Park gates on the front of it.
Yeah.
So that, it was like fate, it was meant to happen sort of thing. And myself and another team that I created back in February last year, we left Camel Lairds, another club, great club by the way. And
Camel Lairds,
we started this, and 2 teams with 17 kids on board has now become nearly 90 kids already.
In your club?
Yeah. Nearly 90 kids. We've got...
Wow.
We had 290...
How long have you got?
Since August last year.
So this is not even a full season, you've got 90 children playing in your club?
No. Yeah, 90
wow,
kids.
John, that's fantastic.
Yeah, 90 kids. We've got...
Cheers to that. That is absolutely fantastic. You've got 90 children.
It's not just my hard work at the beginning. It's the consistent hard work from all the coaches that come on board for their own teams.
Of course.
A lot of them are all new coaches as well, so they don't know where to go for answers, so they're all coming to me. So I'm hands-on with everyone as much as I can be.
Yeah.
Some of the answers I don't know, but I'll find it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Some of those zigzags and...
Yeah, oh God, yeah, honestly, yeah.
That's what it's all about, and I think every aspect of life really, isn't it?
Yeah,
you gotta... The answer doesn't come to you.
No. If you go and find the answer, eventually you'll get it.
Yeah.
But we've got now. We've got under 8s team, 3 under 9s, under 10s in the Saturday league. Then on the Sunday league, we've got the under 8s team, 2 under 9s, and then we've got a group of kids now who are under 6s that are going to be going to under 7s in the league in September.
Wow.
We're making 2 teams from that, and we've got. This is another good little fact here, which I'm plugging my club massively.
Go on. No.
Just before we started the season, and we were a club, we played in bibs. We had no kit.
Yeah.
We won 2 tournaments.
Yeah.
So we got 2 tournament trophies.
Yeah.
We've got 3 of the Saturday teams in finals at the end of the season already, in the cup finals. And on the Sunday, we've got the 3 Sunday teams all in cup finals as well. Wow. So that doesn't sound like a brand new club at all, really. You'd normally expect a lot of building, and it's like you're almost starting at the top of the bars. The bars high. I've set the bar high.
Yeah. All the kids sound like all the kids have as well.
It goes even down to the fact of my colours for the kit, for the home kit. There's no one in our area in the Wirral who play in black and yellow stripes.
So this is the home kit, the black and yellow, yeah?
Home kit is the black and yellow. No one plays in those colours. And the idea behind it was, when you see us playing, eventually someone's going to go, that's Birkenhead.
Oh, okay.
That's Birkenhead FC.
So that was actually your fault, was it? You looked for, what colours does nobody else play?
A specific identity that no one had.
Yeah.
And we've got it. Obviously our black kit, away kit.
I know I sponsor that one, but fair play to the black and yellow, great idea, and fair play to Storm Secure Limited. I know I sponsor that one, but that doesn't half look smart.
It's a very good kit.
This doesn't half look smart, people, doesn't it? That's a smart kit.
It's a great kit.
Would also fit me before anybody says it.
Yeah, it's a great kit. Gail at Argyle Sports, who my supplier for the kits.
Argyle Sports.
Argyle Sports. I asked her, had the kits come in? She went, yes, got them ready for you. I expected to go up there thinking the badge was going to be yellow. I was thinking to myself, should we change to white? She'd already changed it to white. To match the kit.
Good for it.
So
yeah.
I was like, Gail, absolutely superb.
It's amazing, people like that, when, like their area of expertise, they just know, don't they? Do you know what I mean? They already know. But like, and if you go pick it up and the badge should be yellow, she'd have just been like, don't be stupid. Like, you know how stupid that would look if you had like the writings in white and everything, and yet you want to get it badge.
Exactly that. I mean, right the way down. Great touch. Right the way down to like, obviously, Gail gave me a great deal on the Joma kits. I could like bring her up and go, I need this, and it'd be ready as soon as she can do it. The pitches, the Eastern League that we're in, the Wallace League that we're in.
So your home pitch is Birkenhead Park?
In Birkenhead Park, yeah. We've got 3 pitches at the minute, and obviously hoping for more next season.
I've noticed in true like kind of Everton style, I've noticed that a bit of Latin on your badge.
Latin on the right hand side, yeah. Simul contendimus.
Simul contendimus.
Yeah.
It's definitely Latin, not Harry Potter.
It's not a spell, trust me.
Okay, what does it mean?
It means we strive together.
Nice.
We strive together. So together as a club, as a team, as players, you know, you can get there together.
Is there anybody? Do you need? This may be a stupid question because you just said you've got 90 players since August, but is there any players you need? If there's anybody looking for a team, have you got space? We've got any local kids.
All the registration deadline day sort of thing. Yeah. That's all gone now.
So for next season,
you can't sign any players. All our teams are full, but we are looking to obviously. We'd like to create more. Again, the problem with creating more is coaches.
Yeah, it's coaches.
No, it's parents.
So the kids seem to have come relatively easy and quick.
It's come quite quick, but it's coaches. It's parents putting in their time, want to be a coach, and some have never been a coach before, so they don't know what to do. I mean, my answer to that is, I didn't know what to do when I started. I didn't know what to do when I set the club up, and I'm chairman. No. But eventually you get there. So if anyone obviously wants to come on board as a coach, I'll put the time in and we'll make a team.
Yeah.
But again, it's hard doing that. What our vision is at the minute is, we have an under-6 group at the minute which will go into under-7s next season. They'll go into the league at under-7s. You don't have a league for under-6s, it starts at under-7. Yeah. So this year we'll have 2 teams going in at under-7. Come September this year we'll start doing the 6s again, ready for the year after. So we've got a constant stream of teams coming in year on year. So we'll grow that way, naturally.
So how old, when you say under-6s, how old would they be?
Year 1, 5 and 6.
Year 1, 5 and 6.
Year 1, 5 and 6, yeah.
Starting next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? It's so tough at that age.
Yeah, it is. Remember, I've been there, so this one thing you won't know about me, I am a qualified football coach. I coach my lads team, my oldest lad, but I have got a young lad who will be 5 next year. So who knows? You might see me in these colours. Who knows?
Sponsoring another kit.
I'll definitely be looking for a team for him. Put it that way. But yeah. So John, thanks so much. That one thing I was going to ask: have you got a girls' team? Any girls' teams?
No, we haven't. We've got plans for it.
So would that be something that you'd say any girls?
Yeah,
interested in football?
Definitely. One of my friends, his little daughter. Me and him would chat about football and the kids, and my son playing football and things like that. And then she came over to me and she went, John, and I said, yes, Freya, can you make me a team? And I looked at her dad and I said, I can, and your dad's going to be coach. He's got up and just walked away. He hasn't got the time to do it, unfortunately.
It is.
Yeah.
So one thing I did learn, so props to you because you obviously work on that as well, so props to you for doing this, because the one thing I learned when I was coaching is I got this where I was like that. So my oldest lad was playing football and he joined the team, and then the coaches said, right, we need a couple of parents to help out. I was like, I don't mind helping out. Before I knew it, I was a full-on football coach, And it was really tough with the time, because there is a lot of time. You know, you have to put quite a bit of time in attending meetings. You know, it's not just people say, "Oh, it's just a training and the games once a week." It's not. There's meetings quite often. Meetings and
people don't see it, and
then you're prepping for the training.
You're prepping for the training. You're looking for drills, and then as a coach, and you really care about the kids. You know, I see grassroots football coaches and teachers the same way. Right, this is my interpretation of it. If a kid has, I don't know, a problem, or
I was just about to say, no, because you got to look at you've got to look at your safeguarding and everything that you do with the.
If a kid has been, I don't know, a bit naughty at training or anything like that, you know, we don't want to exclude them or anything like that. Right, we need to work with them.
Yeah.
We need to help them. If a kid needs a bit of development in an area, right, we need to work with that. Teachers will have 30 hours a week with a child and can have that problem sorted within a week. A coach has 1 hour at training and 1 hour at game. And when it's a game time, nothing really happens in a game time.
Because you're not there to try and discipline or teach, help, I don't know.
Exactly.
You know.
So for us as a coach, we want to make a difference for this kid, to develop him in, I don't know, striking the ball or using his weak foot or being confident enough where he can dribble the ball or putting a tackle in, especially at a young age. We don't know all that yet.
Yeah.
It will take us 3-6 months.
Yeah.
Right, but we're conscious of it with every single kid in our team.
Yeah.
And we want the best, and we will try our best. And I know I've got a little pad, and I call it my football Bible.
Yeah.
I've got notes in there. Honestly, that I want to try this with this kid, and do you know what? When it works, that's when you get the reward. Yeah. And you go, do you know what?
That's amazing you say that about reward, because that's something I was just about to say about, because I was going to say, and there's not much reward for it.
It's a thankless job.
It's a thankless job, because a lot of the time, if you're like me, I suppose this is a little dig, or maybe a word with parents of kids that go, but a lot of the time you spend quite a bit where parents will like to kind of tell you this, tell you that, you should be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. So you're getting a bit of grief from them now and again. You're getting like some stick from naughty kids. You're getting stick from sometimes the other side, and a lot of time you're getting a lot of stick, but you're putting a lot of work in, and you're like say thank you, but then the one and almost only reward is when you see a child do something, like you've been teaching them, like you need to try and use your left foot, and then they all of a sudden make a run, use their left foot, score or not doesn't really matter, but you just see them, you're watching it and you go, wow, he just ran and used his left foot, and I've been teaching that for the last 4 weeks. And it's just clicked.
I'll tell you, I could talk about Grassroots forever. Yeah. I'll tell you this one little story. It was beginning of last year. We had a group of kids, and we were making 2 teams out of it. And I can't remember the name of the chat. Oh, yeah. I won't say the name. But he'd done something, right, that I've been working on with in training. And during the game we were playing, he stopped the game, run over to me on the sideline, and he goes, John, I've done it. I went, high five, mate, come on, mate, get back in the game, it's okay. Straight into that, I thought, do you know what? That's just the innocence of it all. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And he knows as well.
They're made up that they'd done it.
Yeah.
And he was that made up, he had to run over to me and tell me direct. And I was like, do you know what?
Satisfaction and, like you say, reward that you get, and that's like literally like the only reason you do it. Huge. Yeah, so you and hundreds of grassroots coaches, hundreds of thousands up and down the country that are doing it every week, mate.
Every single week, you know, with their, as well, you need to but also remember, all these coaches, but 99.9% of them will have a child in the team.
Yeah.
So their child is there at training before to set up.
Yeah.
They're there before games, an hour before, to set up the goals or the cones or the corner flags, and afterwards taking everything down.
It's a full-on lifestyle for them as well.
Being a coach's son or daughter, it's tough on them as well, because I'm not.
Well, they're living it too, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm trying to juggle the dad to coach thing with my boy at the games. I want to be a dad, but I want to be coach. But then he sees me as dad when he should see me as coach. Yeah. So we've had a couple of little things. You know what I mean?
It's really. I was exactly the same. I was exactly the same with my lad.
Yeah.
I felt, looking back at it, because I looked back at it at the time, because I ended up leaving. and kind of almost didn't agree with the way the club was being run at the time. But anyway, it's by the by. It was all for everyone had the best intentions, just disagreements. Do you know what I mean? But when I then stepped aside and looked back at it, I thought or realised I was really probably a lot tougher on my lad than I was on all the other lads and that in the team.
I think especially when you're trying to implement something in training where you have kids messing around because the attention span's not there, they're just kids being kids at the end of the day, and we can't be too regimented with them. But if you want to get their attention, and I see a couple messing around, and I see even my boy messing around, well, I'll use my boy, and I'm sure you did as well, as an example, and I'll go and sit him out for not paying attention.
Yeah.
Now, he probably does take the brunt of it sometimes, but that's kind of to show that I will not favour my own son ahead of anyone. For parents
for other parents to take note as well, and other children to take note of that. It's like you're not going to let your own lad get away with it,
No, it needs to be an equal playing ground, but I do think my son probably takes a little bit more of the flack sometimes.
Poor kids there an hour before, an hour after as well, putting the goals up and that.
Do you know what? You can't offset a goal quick now.
Can't offset a goal up. That's good. So yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on that. So everyone, we wanted to, main reason bringing John. No, there's not. There's another reason. Is there something you're working on as well?
Yeah, well.
Do you want to mention it? Sorry,
I can mention bits of it. We're working on a new project at the minute, where, again, I've come up with an idea and it's being explored. I don't know where to go with it. I am literally making phone calls and I'm getting directed, basically like how I was last year with starting the club up. I want to set up a football centre, a football hub in the local area. So what paths I go down to get there, I don't know yet, but I've had very positive conversations with the local FA, the Football Foundation, Sport England, and also the National Lottery as well. So we're in sort of like the baby steps at the minute of exploring and seeing what's what.
This would be like a football centre for kids.
It'd be a football centre for kids, where it'd be more 4G pitches for the local grassroots teams to use, especially for winter training, which there is a lack of on the Wirral. Massive lack. Some teams don't even train through the winter because they've got nowhere to train. No. Some even train in indoor halls.
Turn up for games and the pitches are solid.
Exactly. Well, look at the evenings. It's not light enough for them to train on grass. So they need,
even now it's freezing. It's mid-March. It's freezing.
Yeah. So we're exploring that at the minute, and we want it to be a self-sufficient centre, so it runs on its own capacity as a non-profit. So any profits that are made will be put back into the local community for grassroots. If a team, it doesn't have to be our club, it could be any club in the local area.
Needs a bit of funding.
Need a goal. Okay, we'll buy it. We'll buy a kit, whatever it may be. Even if it comes down to the fact that we can supply a coach for the whole summer holidays for a group of kids to come in, and we'll pay for that coach for the whole summer to do a footy camp, and it's free. We want to put anything that comes in. We want to go back out again. That's the vision. It's baby steps. It's going to take a while if it comes through. It may not come through, but that's what we're looking at the minute.
Excellent, absolutely. Well, looking at the fact you've managed to form an entire new club, get 90 kids playing for you, a load of coaches, mate, I've not got much doubts that
we've actually got an adults team starting next season as well.
Have you?
Yeah.
Are you looking for any players for that?
Potentially, yeah. Potentially, yeah.
I'll put the word out. Anybody want to play?
I'm certainly not, mate.
Have you got an adult? So you have got.
We're looking at starting an adults team next season. So with that, we have then created a clear pathway for the kids for their football journey.
Lovely.
So that's going to be more development over the next couple of months, and again, it's everything's baby steps at the minute. So, but it will gather pace. I've got no doubts whatsoever.
Good for you, mate. Good for you. So there you go. We'll finish that little section off if you don't mind, mate. But that's great. I think just carry on doing what you're doing. Same for you and every other football coach out there.
Keep up the hard work.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's a thankless job, but we all support each other at the end of the day. We're doing it for the right reasons.
And Grassroots by the way, Grassroots is, as every football fan in the country, probably in the world, knows, Grassroots is the key to football. It is the key to us all watching football, to us all enjoying football. Without any Grassroots, there's nothing, and Grassroots needs more support. It's a fact. It's a fact. It needs more support. Stuff like that, though. It sounds like you've got interest, though, in that project. So, let's see, you are getting supported. So
potentially, yeah. If anyone wants to donate any money, get in touch.
There you go. Get in touch.
Follow the link below.
Yeah. I'll figure out a link.
I haven't even got a link yet.
I'll figure something else. Follow this link. It's a direct link to my bank account.
Do you like a Rafa Benitez?
Yeah, exactly. We'll figure something out. But yeah, if anybody's got any interest in that, my email will be there. If you want to drop me an email, if you want to speak to John about anything, I will put you in touch with John, okay? Drop me an email if you say you've got something, you like to speak to John about something, you've got a child interested, you like to know anything, you've got, like you said, a girls team, you've got a young girl wants to play, drop me an email, I will put you in touch with John, okay? We're going to move on now. Anyway, move on. So, what I've done, if you watched last week's, I had to ask one of my viewers to give me their predictions, and there he is. It was John Brown was the first one to respond. So dead quick, I've got to rush through this. The reason why, me and John have been talking for ages. We moved the camera back round this way to get a nice view of the door with John. So just to add the points up, remember it's 3 points for an exact score. So if one of us had put Bournemouth 1-0, they'll probably get 3 points. If somebody had just put Bournemouth to win, they get 1 point. So I'm the blue, John Brown is the red. None of us got that right because we both had Liverpool to win. Leeds Brighton, what was the actual score? Jesus. Bear with.
2-1.
2-2, Leeds Brighton. No score there, we both had Brighton to win. Everton Brentford, I went for a 1-0. Hoorah. So I get 3 points. I haven't rubbed out last week's editions. It's not a perfect show, but it is a show.
It's getting there.
So that's for me, and John Brown had 1-0. And then we'll go Leicester Chelsea. What was it? 3-1 Chelsea. I put 2-1. He had a draw. That's a point to me. Spurs Forest. Help me out here, John. Give me the scores. You're just looking at the board. Spurs Forest. We both put 2-0. That's a point for each. Palace City. It was 1-0. City, point each. We both had the City win. United Southampton. That was 0-0. No, but I put 3-1. He put 4-0. That's nothing. West Ham Villa. What was it? 2-2, wasn't it?
I need to scroll the page down. I can't remember now.
No, it was 1-0, I think. Was it 1-0?
1-0.
Oh, I got it. 1-0. It's 3 for me. He had 2-2, so he gets a point for the draw. And then we have Arsenal Fulham. I put 3-1. Oh, it was 3-0. So we both get a point. He had 2-1. I've caught up some here, haven't I, John?
Yeah.
Newcastle. Fixed. Newcastle. It was 2-1 Newcastle. I put 0-0, and he put 2-0 Newcastle, so he gets a point. So that was 5 points for the guests to put them up to a big 39.
30.
3-6. Yeah, thank you, John.
Good at maths, me.
Yeah, and I'm up to 30. I'm only 9 points behind now. So we're going to move on dead quick. I'm going to rub this out, put the new scores up, and me and John are going to throw our predictions up. I'm rushing. Right, okay, so here we go with our predictions. I'm going to be blue. John's going to be green. I just took a guess that John wouldn't want to be red.
No.
Don't know why. So, predictions, finishing off, like I say, it's a bit quick at the end because we went on for quite a while, but all good points, all good points. Nottingham Forest, Newcastle. John, go for it.
Newcastle win 2-0.
2-0. Newcastle. Forest are really good at home. Although I'd like the Newcastle win to keep Forest down there for us. I think I'm going to go for a 1-0. Villa Bournemouth. John?
0-0.
0-0.
Straight up 0-0. Ball draw.
Ball draw. No, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Villa. Brentford Leicester.
again, I think it's going to be a draw again with that. I can't see any team getting the best of the other there, so 1-1.
I'm going to go for a 2-1 Brentford. Southampton Spurs?
I think Southampton might give them Spurs a bit of a tough time.
Hate winning. Spurs hate winning, mate.
Spurs hate winning. I'm my mind's saying Spurs win, but I don't think it will. I think it'll be a Southampton win. I think it'll be a 1-0 Southampton.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs. I think Ward-Prowse will score a free kick.
Got about it.
Wolves, Leeds.
Leeds are not doing well at the minute. They're playing away from home. They can't get anything at all.
We did say before though, they had Bamford back.
Bamford's back, but is he... Okay, he scored one goal there, but who knows. I'm going to go Wolves win 2-1.
2-1?
Yep.
Right, I'm going to go for Wolves win as well. Wolves at home, I don't think Leeds will travel well. I'm going to put Wolves down for a 3-2. I'm going to go big score there.
Oof.
Yeah.
That'll be a game to watch then on Match Today, won't it?
It will, yeah.
When all Gary's back.
I can't wait. Yeah, for my hour-long session of that. Chelsea-Everton. Come on, Bruce. Now head or heart.
Like I said before, it'd be the most Everton thing ever to get a result away at Chelsea. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Chelsea are playing well-ish. They're up and down. They haven't found the balance yet. It looks like they're getting there.
Agreed.
But Everton have got some fights in them a little bit. Oh God! I think Everton are going to take the lead early on, but then get a bit screwed over by Chelsea. So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw.
Oh, 2-2
I think there's going to be goals in it. Now, where the goals come from us, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it's there.
I've got 1-0 Everton.
Oh, he's brave. He's brave.
Everton. Reckon we'll score in the first minute again and keep them out. Park that bus, boys. Arsenal Palace.
It's Arsenal all day.
Yes.
All day. Whether it's 2, 3 or 4,
It's just
I don't know.
Guess how many goals?
No, but they're not going to concede.
No.
They're not conceding.
No.
I'm going to go 4-0.
Palace don't like winning as well.
4-0.
Just don't like it this year. They don't fancy winning.
No.
I'm going to go for, just to keep it different, I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to go 3-0. So, as you know, John, what we'll do, I will add these up. There's only, it's not many games this week that we've been able to do the predictions on because it's FA Cup week, I think you just said.
FA Cup this weekend, so some of the Prem teams are playing, few games postponed. And these are the last league games for international break.
International break. So we've got the likes of Man City, so Arsenal are playing, Man City aren't, Liverpool aren't, Man U aren't. All the bottom ones are though. So yeah, could be an interesting weekend.
What do I get if I win?
What's that?
What do I get if I win?
What you've got? The guests have got to beat me at the end of the season.
What do I get if I win? Do I get a hoodie?
If you win, what?
If I beat you, do I get a hoodie?
If you get more points than me.
What do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon I should get a free hoodie if I beat Nick?
I'm going to edit this out, by the way. Alright, fair enough. If John beats me here, you get a free hoodie.
Here we go.
Okay. Oh, and all the other lads that have been on now are going to say, hang on a minute, the first two smashed me.
Can of worms open now.
Oh, first two smashed me. John Brown, who was first to put his predictions. You didn't beat me, John, unfortunately. For you.
John, you got to give Nick a hoodie.
Send me a John Brown hoodie, please. Right, John.
Good.
Thank you very much for coming on. Thank you very much. Guys, one thing I keep forgetting to mention every week is you can possibly see out of focus, because we had it focused on us, there are some shirts up here. If you want to donate a shirt to go on the show, send it in. Drop me an email from my address. I've had a nice Wrexham one, Barcelona one sent in. The Everton one was mine. Anything like that you want to get on. Within the next couple of weeks, it will be a reverse. You'll see us sitting on some couches, and it'll be a totally different studio that I have got planned, okay? But guys, other than that, thank you very much for watching. See you next week. Take care. Oh, next week, before I go, next week I've got a couple of the other drone guys on who fly, they do the same stuff as me. The stadium's going to have a good chat and a good laugh about our what would I call it? I was going to say escapades, or drone escapades. Would that sound right? Or no, just drone flights.
Adventures.
Your drone adventures. Our drone adventures. We'll have a good laugh about that.
We're coming on to talk about the drone wars.
Drone wars we've got coming up. Yeah. Smash drones into each other. Guys, take care. Bye now.